Today we're going out to CEX again. We're going Blu-ray hunting. At this point, Blu-rays are like the primary focus. I'm still collecting games. There's just not that many games on my list anymore. I've gotten the vast majority of things that I want, and a lot of the things that I'm after are nowhere near me. A lot of people have been asking recently, what am I after? So we'll go through that. I'll tell you each of the things. And then, yeah, it's interesting. I'm quite enjoying Blu-ray hunting because, well, A, it is a hell of a lot cheaper than buying multiple £100 games. But it's also actually a hunt, because somebody pointed out, you're not really hunting if you know exactly what it is, where it is. And it's like, well, that's kind of American hunting, but that's a whole different topic. Anyway, I like the minute that I'm just walking into a CEX and just picking up Blu-rays as and when I see them, rather than like specifically hunting things down. It does mean that I'm typically going to the same CEX on repeat, but it's often... So for example, today, I will go to a CEX as a byproduct of doing something else. Like, we're doing the weekly shop, so if we've got to go to Aldi, I've got to go to CEX. It's just one of them. All right, then, let's go through the list of games that I still have. It is a pretty small list at this point, to be real with you. There was a time where I had to scroll for like multiple pages to show everything on here. Now I can nearly fit it onto one. So we'll start from the bottom, because that'll be like the newer stuff that's not been on there that long. So we've got Red Faction Remaster for PlayStation 4. I own that digitally, but I want it physically because I like... Well, I just love Red Faction Guerrilla. The destruction physics in that game are incredibly nostalgic, because I had a couple of friends who, back in the day, would just go into private matches and we'd just smash stuff up and rebuild it with the Reconstructor, rinse and repeat. Then we got Conan for the PS3. Again, I don't think that's a particularly very good game, but I remember at some point or another I had it secondhand from GameStation, and I don't know why I don't have it anymore. Anytime I rebuy a game that I don't have anymore, I have no idea why I don't have it, because I barely traded anything in ever when I was a kid, so I don't understand why not. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 specifically for the PlayStation 3, because it was always my favourite one, and for some reason it's kind of difficult for me to get hold of. I keep running into 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. I never ever see 2007 or 2008. I don't know if 2007 was released on PS3, but 2008 definitely was. The Surge 2, that is a Souls-like that is exceedingly hard to find. The nearest two of those to me are Derby CEX. And I can't get a Derby without having to do a whole thing. If I get a Derby, I've got to go to a gym called Ultraflex Derby, which then now it becomes a whole day trip. It'd just be a very long-winded one. Next up, what else we got? We got Just Cause 4, which I could get any day. Like, in reality, that's been on my list forever, but I could buy it in any CEX because it's incredibly common. Just Cause 2 for the PlayStation 3 that is not a Platinum Edition. Somebody did reach out to me the other day, offering me to send me one of those to my PO box, so thank you for that, my friend. I think it was only the other day that I last checked out my PO box, so it's probably too soon to go again. I typically like to go like every other week to not just, well, A, bother the lady, and B, you know, it gives time for things to appear. Ninja Gaiden 3 for the PlayStation 3. There are two different versions of that at two different price points, and neither one of them are anywhere near me. There's Ninja Gaiden 3 and Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I presume... Oh, we just made a sale. I presume that Ninja Gaiden 3 is the Razor's Edge is the more, I don't know, finished product, but it's also way more expensive. I'm not really bothered either way. Iron Man 1 and 2, again, I've had opportunity to get those, I just for some reason haven't pulled that trigger. Sekiro for the PlayStation 4, I own it for the Xbox One, but Sekiro is one of them games that is just maintaining its value long term, and I'm kind of hoping that it'll come down a little bit by the time that I actually fancy playing through it again, and then I'll buy it. Alien Colonial Marines for the PlayStation 3, for some reason is never anywhere near me. My CX will have 4 of them for the 360, but it will never have any of them for the PS3, I don't know why. Fallout New Vegas Game of the Year Edition, that is a game that is coming down in price on the PlayStation 3 right now. I think it was 42, and I think I saw it at like maybe 32 the other day, so I'm again waiting for that. Interestingly enough, I'm going somewhere tonight for dinner that has 2 of them, but by the time I get there, that CX will be closed, so it's a no-go. Far Cry 5 and 4, I can get those pretty much whenever, but it's Far Cry 3 Classic Edition for the PlayStation 4 that's more difficult to find for some reason. You'd have thought Far Cry 3 being the one that everybody loves the most, it would have been easier, but the physical version of the Classic Edition is apparently not too hard to find. Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition was in Stafford, but it actually wasn't the Special Edition, so that's been on my list for ages. I need to actually take the word Stafford away. Dark Sector for PlayStation 3. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22 and Dragon Ball Final Bout, both for the PlayStation 1. I don't typically collect PlayStation 1 stuff, but I also like owning Dragon Ball games, so that absconds that. Mortal Kombat 1 to 4. Again, I need to complete the franchises. GTA 2, need to complete the franchises. Clock Tower 3 for the PlayStation 2. That is a decently rare PS2 game. It's probably the rarest PS2 game on my list right now. Call of Juarez the Cartel, because it's the only one of those I'm missing. X-Men Destiny for the PlayStation 3. The Gadgetinis for the PlayStation 2, because nostalgia. Batman Vengeance for PlayStation 2, because I think it's the only Batman game from that era that I don't own. X-Men Legends for PS2, because again, nearly have all the X-Men games that I'm bothered about. Dino Crisis for PlayStation 1, Sitting Ducks for PlayStation 2, Kokoto Platform Jumper for PlayStation 2, Sniper Elite 5, again, I could get that whenever, that's pretty common. It's just, again, I'm waiting for it to come down in price because it's a PlayStation 5 game that's going to take me forever to actually end up playing. And then the same thing goes with Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. Like, Tekken 7 is one of them games that at some point I'm going to stumble across for like a quid at Cash Converters or something like that, or in a charity shop, or just somewhere, vinted, I don't know. Fighting games, they seem to devalue pretty rapidly, and it's still about 12 quid, and I'm like, I don't need it that badly. So, yeah. But before we head out, Ruby needs a wee-wees. Ruby needs a wee. Stop kissing me. I didn't ask for it. You always kiss me and then yawn. It's very strange. You're tired. You can't be tired. You sleep about 18 hours a day. It's a good thing about having a stupid dog is they don't even realise when you're gone. Isn't that right, Rubes? Straight away. Good girl. Also, somebody asked the other day, is the air conditioning loud? Because we got proper air conditioning because my room gets very sweaty, as you can imagine. No. That is generally pretty silent, which is good. And so is the air conditioning. Like, you guys never ever hear it in videos, which is nice too. Because that was a concern of mine. Like, when we were getting quotes for it, I was like, it needs to be quiet enough that it doesn't appear in my microphone. And it hasn't, because we've had it about 6 months now. Not once has anyone ever commented on it. So that's cool. My protein advent calendar over there. And my box opener. Anyway, let's go.
No, I'm driving to IKEA.
I've got company today on my trips because she's going to IKEA. No, she's going. We are going to IKEA. She's going to Aldi.
You always get me confused.
But in your North Face puffer jacket, you chav.
It's toasty.
You filthy chav. Right, let's go. Tempted to check out the Pier Box shop because it's like right there. Like, what's the damage? I've had a few people say that they're sending stuff, so like, it's worth a check, I guess. And then over to CEX, then Aldi. Was that a willy on the floor? I think that was a willy on the floor.
Close that car park for ages.
I wonder how many times a month I've walked up and down here for the last 6 months.
It's at least once a week.
It's at least once a week. I bet it's about twice a week at least. It's becoming exceedingly common.
You often go out when I'm not here as well.
Yeah, that's the best time to go, because Ruby will actually behave. Hey guys, I can confirm we just got out of the Pier Box shop and she said something has just turned up, like today. It's a good timing. Still want to check out this craft shop. It looks cool in there. I don't know. Is that a sign I'm getting old? Maybe. This is the quietest I've seen town in a while.
It's like 3 o'clock on a Friday.
I mean, yeah, but I've also not been shouted at by a crackhead yet. And usually every time I come up... Yeah, there's always yet. Every time I come up and down here, that seems to happen recently. The sign's getting worse every time we come. They're going to have to replace that at some point soon, surely.
This reminds me of my DS. I had a Nintendo DS that was
That's
like...
a 3DS XL.
No, but it was that colourway. It was like a shiny metallic red, and then it had like the black edge.
All of Game of Thrones on Blu-ray for 65. I mean, if we traded ours in towards it, it might be alright, because we established the day we don't actually have Season 8, but
Yeah.
that's arguably the season. Nobody cares about that season anyway. It's always interesting coming into my local CEX, seeing what's new and what's not. There are a couple of new things that I spotted this time. For example, I saw this Tekken 8 down here, and I thought because of the slipcover and the black top that it was going to be a steelbook. It was not, and I was thoroughly disappointed, because obviously I'm after the Tekkens, and if I spotted a Tekken 8 steelbook, then I might pull that trigger, even though I said that, you know, they're the sorts of games that are going to come down in price, so I'm keeping an eye on when they do eventually come down in price. And then this corner of the PlayStation 4 stuff is generally where all the good stuff is. I've been looking at getting Return to Arkham on PlayStation, because I'm due a Batman Arkham playthrough at some point this year. But realistically, I'm probably just going to play the PC version and upscale them to 4K, because I've got them on Steam, and that's usually the best way. But I already own them physically on the PlayStation 3. I even have my original Arkham City Steelbook from way back in the day. So generally, it's probably a bit unnecessary for me to buy them again on PlayStation 4. At this point, I already own a ridiculous amount of these games more than once. Also, if you guys haven't already, do be sure to like and subscribe and all that sort of thing. The PlayStation 2 stock is just not filling up at all. Although something I decided to do was take a look at the PC stuff, because I feel like you get really weird and obscure stuff like this. Just individual discs for DLC. You don't tend to see that much anymore. There was another one in the bottom right here for the other 2 DLCs for Fallout 3. And then I noticed this, there's another Luigi's Mansion. Long-time viewers may remember when I bought Luigi's Mansion a while ago and it came and it looked like it looked like it had lost a fight with Wolverine. Also, 2 platinum versions of Just Cause 2, still having no luck with that, sadly. But yeah, that Luigi's Mansion, I took it back because it was scratched all to hell, and then they put it back on the shelf for months, and now it's gone, and there's a better one. So I'm tempted to buy Luigi's Mansion again. Granted, it just keeps going up in price. Still looking for WWE 2008 on PS3. They've got plenty of WWE, it's just never the ones that I need. Especially on Xbox, there was even more. We have a busker, but I think that this busker might be like an entrepreneurial homeless, because, yeah. To be fair, it's a good idea. If you've got to spend a lot of time on the streets anyway, it's probably a better way to make some money, innit? Save up for a guitar. There's a charity shop around the bend, I bet you could get it from there. This tree's been chopped. That tree is so old. Oh, that guy, he's hard. Why does this geezer's teeth go down to his neck? And why are we in the Christmas aisle? There's not even any food in this one. It's not like Tesco where we're at least, getting nice stuff. What?
Girlhood, woman culture.
I don't have that.
These myself.
What? Bum beads?
It was a garland.
They're much cheaper off Amazon.
I like that. That's nice.
We're in B&M. That is the metric definition of tat.
That's fine.
Ruby would swallow that whole. Somebody's done that on purpose, sticking the legs out. That's actually kind of funny. At this rate, those balls are not going to be the only thing hanging. I don't know what that is, but I want it badly. I bet you any money the only reason that we're actually in this aisle is because she's hoping she sees something with a sausage dog on. Just what I've always wanted to smell like. I feel like I'm spending a lot of time in supermarkets recently. Like, how many times have I been to an Aldi or a Tesco in the last week? This trolley did look pretty healthy, and then you put all of these churros and things in.
They just look so nice though.
Set of 3 lit obelisks. All of a sudden, we're playing Ark. How's the weekly shop come to 50 quid this week between us?
Well, I got
That's mad.
7 quid's worth of lights and we got 2 Christmas but...
So, a fifth of it is Christmas crap. Fantastic. Alright, time to go home. It's actually getting dark. It's so crazy that it's 4 o'clock and getting dark. Next summer, somebody remind me I need to stock up videos in advance, because it's dark so early now. Has Ruby gone back to sleep?
I feel like she's digging at the bed.
Oh, let's go. Alright then guys, I am home. Although I tell you what the hardest part about doing some of these unboxings is I need to record them both for you guys, but also for TikTok. So I want to unbox the PO Box package, but obviously I can only react for the first time once. So ideally I want to figure out how to record it for both places at the same time so that like the reaction is genuine for both. Whereas obviously I can only react for the first time once. So like if I record it for you guys, unbox it, open it, then I've kind of got to fake it for the TikTok. Or if I do it the other way around, And especially when somebody's sending me stuff, I don't want to look ungrateful in whichever one comes second. So I want to try and figure out how to film for both. So hang on. If I put that one there, I got TikTok there and you guys here. Okay. Do I have? Oh, it's even a little bit open. Right. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got in here, shall we? And if you guys on TikTok haven't already, do be sure to drop me a follow. This is pretty thick. I'm just holding. We'll see. If you see me looking over there, it's because I'm recording for the tube, and if you guys see me over there, it's because I'm recording for TikTok. Oh, okay. Huh? What? What do you mean? Somebody sent me a COVID test? Or it's a COVID test box. Hang on, let me open this up. There's no way. What do you mean? Am I being trolled here? Am I getting like troll deliveries now? There's no way, because I feel like I can hear a disc. Somebody's just put a game inside of a COVID box. That's funny. I'm gonna get ill now, aren't I? Oh, I can't say that word, can I? Okay, we're making progress. Oh, there we go. I know. I think I know which dude sent this. I spoke to him on the ground the other day, unless more than one person has, in which case could go either way. So we have got Just Cause 2 for PlayStation 3. Show it to both cameras. Basically, I've been after this one for a while. It has been surprisingly difficult to find without it being on Platinum. The Tube version of this video has seen 2 Platinum versions of it already. If you guys want to see the Tube version, link in the bio for that one. But big thank you to my man that sent me this. And I do think it was very funny that it came in one of those. That's quite interesting. I don't know if he intended it to be funny, but I thought it was. Right, I've ended the TikTok version now. It's going to be interesting to see how that TikTok version performs at 2 minutes long. I believe it was a dude called John that sent me this, so thank you to John. If it wasn't John, well then I might have 2 Just Causes on the way. I'm not sure. Either way, thank you to anyone that ever does any of this. I'm very grateful, thank you. Alright, now let me show you guys the rest of what we got. The Blu-rays, because again, lots of Blu-rays recently. Did I get 4? I think I got 4. Okay. So, the first 2 are... I can't escape this bloody franchise this year. It has followed me around all year. We have got Spider-Man 3 on Blu-ray, which was £1. And then we got The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, which is £3. And I always appreciate when they put several DVDs, or several films, whatever, in the same thickness as anything else. I love that. And then, obviously, I've been I really thought they'd not give me a disc then. I really thought they hadn't given me a disc. I've been collecting Disney and Pixar and stuff like that. So we got Incredibles Blu-ray and The Incredibles 2 Blu-ray, which I did see on the shelf. There was a £6 one and a £1.50 one in the same case. It had been misstickered. My local CEX has had quite a few new staff recently, and I think that they're struggling with stickering things. Like, you guys might have noticed the Web of Shadows a while ago that was at the wrong price by like 25-30 quid difference. So that was a bit of a problem. Yeah, somebody had put the Steelbook sticker, which was like £6.50 on that, so it was like 4 times the price it should have been. I did a good thing, I suppose, and I pointed it out rather than leaving it on the shop floor. But yeah, Incredible. Pixar doesn't seem to have a box set in the same way that the Disney box set did that I got yesterday. So I think that a good move is going to be replace all of the Pixar stuff with individual Blu-rays, because at least then it'll look cooler on the shelf once they've been replaced. Because obviously I'm going to pull out a lot of the old Disney stuff that I already had, which will then leave empty spaces. I'm kind of looking forward to when I've got an entire shelf of the blue, because it's growing on me. Yeah, so that's... I was about to say 4 more Blu-rays, but realistically it's what? 5? 3? It's 5 more Blu-rays. Yeah. Nice. Anyway, it's now time for me to begin getting ready to go out for dinner, because we're going to a buffet tonight. I'm going to make a video while we're there. I don't know how long the video is going to be. Be real with you. It's going to be very different than my normal stuff. It's going to be my 12 PM upload tomorrow. The 12 PM uploads are very experimental. A lot of them flop because they're not what people want. But yeah, so a bit of a... Okay, let's be really real right now. The videos that perform the best are always going to be the ones that have CEX in the title. This video will perform decently well, for example. But that isn't ideal as a content creator. There are a lot of content creators who get very, very stuck in a niche and are unable to get views outside of that. I've had people on my videos complaining to me that they don't like that I make content that doesn't involve CEX. And I'm like, well, my friend, if you want to get a CEX, you are always very capable of just walking to CEX yourself, you know? So like, I always want me and what I'm getting up to be the central theme of the account. The point isn't CEX, the point is that I'm going to CEX, you know? So like when I went to Italy and I vlogged that was some fun. When we go out for food and I vlog that, it's fun. It's how I've always done social media. It's always just been me doing whatever I'm doing in my life at that given point, whether it be gaming, fitness, business, whatever. Speaking of business, check out the description in my bio. I've got my own private community now where I help people grow and monetize their social medias and do what I do for a living, because I've had hundreds of comments, if not thousands of comments over the years of people asking me for advice on how to do the same thing, and I can't answer them all individually. It's £2 a day. Hopefully see some of you guys there. We've currently got like 32 members. I'd love to get to like 40 or 50, or who knows, just keep scaling. Yeah. If any of you guys are watching this and are already members, please do drop a testimonial or a review of some sort of what it's like in the description. And yeah, there's over 10 hours worth of content in terms of stuff I've already produced, and yeah. Anyway, the point is that I'm always going to make videos that are not just CEX focused, because as a content creator, you don't want to get pigeonholed into that, especially when it's a niche that you have to spend money to be able to get the views in the first place. Like, for example, right now, the videos kind of pay for themselves because the video will earn more than I spent today, for example. But like, say if I buy that Disney thing yesterday, that won't. Do you see? Yeah. I understand that a lot of people are here for CX stuff, but in an ideal world, people are here because they want to see me and whatever I'm getting up to. That's the best case scenario when it comes to being a content creator, is you want people to like you as a person enough that whatever you're doing is whatever they're going to be willing to watch. But that's why I also do the double uploads, because not every video is going to be for everybody, and that's something that I think everybody has to get their head around as well. Like, if I watch TV, I don't expect every piece of content on a channel to be for me. And it's the same with a YouTube channel, where not every piece of content's for everybody, which is why I do the double uploads, because at least then I think I can generally cover more bases in terms of there being something for everybody. Anyway, I have got 58 minutes before I need to get this video live. So I'll see you guys. You guys will see me tomorrow at the dinner. But otherwise, see you later.